What Joe Rogan has to say about the increasing potential of artificial intelligence and its apparent dangers might interest you. AI has long stopped being the stuff of sci-fi dreams and nightmares. AI is everywhere, from the helpful AI assistants that power our phones and home appliances to the speculative musings of writers and thinkers about the implications of super-intelligent machines. But what if we told you that AI could be more dangerous than we think? Join us as we take a listen to Joe Rogan and several of the leading AI experts on his podcast on just how AI might be far more dangerous than we all presently think. At its core, AI is about building machines that can think and act intelligently. And while most current applications are used to impact humankind positively, any powerful tool can be wielded for harmful purposes when it falls into the wrong hands. And with the rapid progress in AI, we are inching ever closer to a future where superintelligent machines could surpass human intelligence and even threaten humanity.
Elon Musk.
Right.
Like Elon Musk is terrified of artificial intelligence because he thinks by the time it becomes sentient, it'll be too late. It'll be smarter than us, and we'll have essentially created our successors.
In a recent session with Joe Rogan, tech titan Elon Musk was very vocal about AI regulation, likening the unchecked development of AI to summoning the demon and warning that the risk of something seriously dangerous happening sooner than we would expect. According to the SpaceX CEO, AI now poses a significant threat to our race as humans and could be more dangerous than the dictator of North Korea.
Are you honestly, legitimately concerned about this? Is like AI one of your main worries in regards to the future?
Yes, it's less of a worry than it used to be, mostly due to taking more of a fatalistic attitude.
Agreeing with Musk, Rogan expresses his thoughts about how the potential dangers of AI are fast becoming manifold. He gives examples of how AI in the wrong hands could be used to hack into systems, steal information, or even launch cyber attacks, or how it could also be used to create highly realistic fake videos, audio, and images to spread false information and manipulate public opinion. And in the most extreme cases, superintelligent AI could even pose an existential threat to humanity if it is programmed or learns to perform harmful actions. While we may not have reached the era of superintelligent machines just yet, it's important to start thinking about the legal, political, societal, financial, and regulatory issues that could arise when we do. But in the meantime, there are already ways that AI can pose dangers in its current form.
It's definitely going to be outside of human control. The thing that's going to be tricky here is that it's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon. It's going to be very tempting. In fact, it will be used as a weapon.
For context, one of the biggest concerns with AI currently continues to be its potential to perpetuate existing biases and discrimination. AI algorithms are only as good as the data they're trained on. If that data is biased or incomplete, then the AI will make incomplete decisions. For example, facial recognition software has been found to have higher error rates for people of color, which could have severe consequences in law enforcement and other areas. Like Musk, Rogan, and some other tech guests on his podcast have also discussed the potential of artificial intelligence to become a far more dangerous tool, especially in the wrong hands.
The on-ramp to serious AI, the danger is going to be more humans using it against each other, I think, most likely.
One of the ways AI can pose a threat is through autonomous weapons that are programmed to kill. Imagine if these weapons were to fall into the wrong hands or if they malfunctioned and caused harm to innocent people. It's a scary thought, but it's a reality we need to face. And even more frightening is the possibility of a global autonomous weapons race. Who will be the first to develop the most powerful AI weapon? It's like a chess game with the world's fate at stake. But here's the real kicker. What if AI gains a mind of its own? What if it becomes self-aware and starts making decisions for itself? We're discussing a sci-fi scenario where the machines rise and take over. It might sound far-fetched, but it's a possibility we need to consider. And what would the world's fate be should these autonomous weapons fall into the wrong hands? It could be used to harm innocent people or even worse, trigger a global conflict. The consequences of such an event could be catastrophic. And as already mentioned, one of the darker sides to AI that guests on the JRE have greatly spoken about, which many of us are not paying attention to, is the issue of deepfakes. AI has already become so powerful that it's now developed the ability to collaboratively and independently influence social media users. Platforms like Facebook and Twitter use algorithms to learn everything about us, our interests, beliefs, and opinions.
The current state of technology versus a bunch of creative interpretations of where this could go, and have discussions about where it should go or what could be the possible pitfalls of any current or future actions.
They can use this data to target us with personalized propaganda designed to sway our thoughts and opinions. This might not sound too alarming initially, but take a moment to think about it. If an AI algorithm can target individuals with personalized messages, it has the potential to manipulate our beliefs, influence our decision-making, and even change the course of history. The Cambridge Analytica scandal is a prime example of this. Using data from 50 million Facebook users, they created targeted ads that played on people's fears and prejudices. This impacted the outcome of the 2016 US presidential election and the UK's Brexit referendum. But it's not just politics that are at risk. AI can also be used to manipulate consumers, influence their buying decisions, and create fake news stories that spread like wildfire across the internet. In some cases, AI-generated content is so convincing that it's almost impossible to tell what's real and what's not. And this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the dangers of AI. As this technology continues to advance, there's a need to become more aware of its potential for manipulating us and our society. An undeniable truth is the more we know about the dangers of AI, the better equipped we will be to protect ourselves and our society from its negative effects. But only a few who've actually taken the time to research AI are actually aware of how advanced and powerful it has become and the underlying dangers that come with this. Another fact is, with the fast-paced advancement of AI, what has become apparent is that it will be difficult to curtail this trend anytime soon, especially with the increasing demography of the naive younger generation who are only just getting exposed to social media and are so incredibly excited by it. AI technology has clearly come a long way since the days of R2-D2 and C3PO. AI can now independently collect and analyze your personal information. With cameras and facial recognition technology everywhere, it's now possible for AI to track your every move, both online and offline. This type of information is already being used in China's social credit system, which assigns a score to citizens based on their behavior in public places. Score too low, and you could lose access to basic services like transportation and healthcare. Now imagine a world where AI makes decisions based on this kind of information. It's not only an invasion of privacy, but could quickly become a nightmare of social oppression. People could be judged based on their scores, and opportunities like job offers or housing options could be taken away. We're discussing a dystopian future that even George Orwell couldn't have imagined. This is just another example of how AI could be more dangerous than we think. AI is increasingly gaining independence from human control and has become even more unpredictable than ever before. AI-powered machines are designed to learn and adapt to their environment, so they can sometimes behave unexpectedly. This unpredictability could be a significant danger, especially if we are unaware of how the AI is learning and adapting. Let's say you work in a factory and you've just introduced a new AI-powered machine to the assembly line. The machine is designed to learn and improve its performance, and it's doing an excellent job of producing high-quality products. However, one day the machine suddenly malfunctions and begins producing defective products that could cause harm to consumers. Because of the unpredictability of AI, it may be challenging to identify the root cause of the problem and rectify it before the defective products cause harm. Similarly, imagine a bank that uses AI to determine whether or not to approve loan applications. If the data used to train the AI is biased against certain groups of people, then the AI may be more likely to deny loan applications from those groups, regardless of their creditworthiness. This could perpetuate existing inequalities and harm those who are already marginalized. As it stands, artificial intelligence and AI-powered machines are still unable to prioritize transparency, accountability, and ethical considerations in making their decisions. This would continually limit whatever benefits AI might presently be offering to the advancement of our societies. Additionally, with AI-enabled machines increasingly being embedded with the ability to collect and analyze vast amounts of data about us independently, it also raises concerns about how this information can be used against us. Think about it. What if your insurance company used footage from traffic cameras to deny you coverage because you were caught talking on your phone while driving? Or what if a potential employer rejected your job application because of a low social credit score? But the danger of AI doesn't stop there. As technology continues to advance, we will undoubtedly see it being used for malicious purposes. Imagine a hacker using AI to develop an undetectable virus that could wipe out our entire computer systems, or a rogue government using AI to develop deadly autonomous weapons. The reality is that AI is a powerful tool that can be easily misused if we're not careful. And with the pace of technological advancement increasing rapidly, we need to start thinking seriously about how we can develop AI to minimize its potential risks. And until we begin to have more open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI, as well as consider the potential consequence of each new AI application before it's deployed, AI will continue to pose a great risk to our existence and only get more dangerous over time. Here's another scenario that might appear to be extreme but could actually happen to you or anyone else as AI becomes even more robust and more independent of humans. So picture this. You're in a self-driving car heading to the airport for your dream vacation. You're running late, so you instruct the car to get me to the airport as quickly as possible. Being an AI-powered machine, the car quickly assesses the quickest route and starts zooming down the road. But suddenly, it hits a pedestrian, ignores traffic lights, and causes several accidents on the way, endangering countless lives. This could be our reality someday, although it might appear to be far off at the moment. AI machines can only do what they're programmed to do, and if we don't program them to prioritize human safety, they may cause unintentional harm. Lex Friedman, during his time on the podcast, strongly expressed that AI has the potential to revolutionize our world, but we need to be careful about how we use it.
That's important to sort of be nervous about it in that way, but it's not conducive to what do we do about it. And the people that know what to do about it are the people trying to build this technology.
In his opinion, one thing we aren't doing well enough is closely monitoring how AI is being developed by the different technology companies in the world right now. As we develop AI, we need to be creative and think outside the box. We need to set clear and ethical goals for these machines and ensure they align with our societal values. We also need to consider the long-term consequences of our actions and ensure that AI doesn't end up doing more harm than good. Many people in the tech community have continued to debate the threats posed by AI. And another fast-growing danger of AI is job automation. AI-powered job automation is already happening in industries like marketing, manufacturing, and healthcare. By 2025, it's predicted that 85 million jobs will be lost to automation, with Black and Latino employees being most affected. AI robots are becoming smarter and more dexterous by the day, and the same tasks already require fewer and fewer humans. While it's true that AI will create 97 million new jobs by 2025, many employees won't have the skills needed for these technical roles and will get left behind, especially as many companies are not bothered about upskilling their workforces. This means there could be a significant number of people who become unemployed due to AI and may struggle to find new employment. This could lead to a situation where many skilled workers are out of a job and we are left with an ill-equipped workforce to deal with the challenges of the modern world. Even highly skilled professions such as law and accounting are not immune to the threat posed by AI. These fields require a great deal of attention to detail and the ability to analyze complex data and information. However, with the development of advanced AI algorithms, computers can increasingly perform these tasks with greater accuracy and efficiency than humans can. The result of this is that we'll see a growing number of jobs that are becoming redundant and a corresponding decline in the number of jobs that require human skills and intelligence. This has the potential to cause great social and economic chaos, as well as a loss of the kind of creativity and innovation that only human beings are capable of. It's also fast resulting in greater socio-economic inequality. Many companies have implemented AI for recruiting. AI can analyze candidates' facial and vocal traits and use that as the basis for determining who gets the job and who doesn't. This causes it to replicate the same discriminatory hiring practices that businesses claim to eliminate. Even religious leaders like Pope Francis have come out to warn about AI's potential pitfalls. He spoke about the danger of false data and the need for proper oversight and restraint to ensure that technology develops in a way that benefits humanity rather than harming it. Rogan, in one of his podcasts, also expressed concerns over OpenAI's new language model, ChatGPT.
I have not, but someone, the gentleman who runs the JRE companion page, made a rap with ChatGPT.
Like some industry experts, Rogan thinks a very popular example of how AI going wrong in the world right now is ChatGPT. According to him, many students are increasingly using the conversational tool to cheat on their assignments. This undermines academic integrity and creativity, and even attempts to make the tool less toxic have resulted in the exploitation of underpaid workers in some parts of the world. The desire to make money off AI is also a concern. In today's world, businesses are always looking for ways to make more profits, and AI presents a new opportunity to do so. Some people are willing to push the boundaries of what is safe and ethical if it means they can make a profit. This is not unique to technology, but we must be aware of and guard against it. There are already companies that use AI to manipulate people's behavior or emotions to increase sales. They also use AI to make biased and discriminatory decisions, even while realizing the harm they are causing. As companies continue to be solely focused on making money from AI, they have become increasingly unconcerned about prioritizing safety and ethical considerations in its development, as well as the impact of AI on society as a whole. Similarly, imagine a social media platform that is designed to keep you scrolling for hours on end because the more you use it, the more money the company makes from advertising. This could be extremely addictive and harmful to our mental health. Facebook, for example, knows when you're dating someone even before you've officially announced it on their platform. That's because they use artificial intelligence to analyze your behavior and patterns on the app. It's scary to think about how much these tech giants know about our personal lives. Amazon also has a patent on predictive shipping, where they can send you a package before you even know you want it. This is all thanks to the predictive value of AI, which is becoming more and more advanced. When companies have access to this much personal data and can predict our behavior, it becomes easier to manipulate us into buying more products, spending more time on their platforms, and even shaping our opinions and beliefs. Furthermore, the pursuit of profit is increasingly leading companies to prioritize their own financial gain over the well-being and privacy of their users. We've seen this happen repeatedly with data breaches and unauthorized data sharing, which puts users at risk of identity theft and other forms of fraud. Imagine a world where your every move is being tracked and analyzed by corporations. AI algorithms are used to monitor your social media activity, your online searches, your purchasing habits, and even your conversations. And the more data they collect, the more accurately they can predict your behavior and influence your decisions. Today, if you're feeling down and decide to search for depression on Google, you'll suddenly start seeing ads for antidepressants and therapy services on every website you visit. Or if you post a status update on Facebook about feeling lonely, you'll suddenly get bombarded with friend suggestions and dating app ads. This kind of targeted advertising might seem harmless, but it's important to consider the potential consequences. If companies have the power to manipulate our emotions and thoughts, it raises questions about free will and autonomy. AI will undoubtedly be the most disruptive technology of the next decade, and it's already changing how we live our lives in many ways. But AI is just getting started, according to Musk. AI will become so advanced over the next couple of years that it could predict every decision you make before you even make it. AI is getting better at understanding who we are and what we want. This is thanks to smart software systems that are constantly learning from our behavior. Now, while this might sound like a cool technological advancement, it could lead to a loss of free will and autonomy, making us puppets to the algorithms that control us. It's a dystopian nightmare, but a very real possibility if we're not careful. It could also result in a situation where companies and governments have an unprecedented amount of information about us, which they could use to manipulate us or control our behavior. Many AI systems were built with neural networks serving as the engine. These complex, interconnected node systems can be trained to perform various tasks, from image recognition to language translation. However, these systems are less capable of indicating their motivation for decisions. You only see the input and the output. The system is far too complex. Now, you might wonder, what's the big deal? Well, when military or medical decisions are involved, it's important to be able to trace back the specific data that resulted in specific decisions. What underlying thought or reasoning resulted in the output? What data was used to train the model? How does the model think? We are currently generally in the dark about this. AI systems are also already being used in making important decisions that have life or death consequences in other areas of life as well. For example, AI systems are being used to decide whether or not to release prisoners on parole. If the AI system says that a prisoner is likely to reoffend, then that prisoner might not be released. But what if the AI system is making mistakes? What if it's unfairly keeping people in prison? And it's not just in the criminal justice system where AI systems make important decisions. AI systems are also being used to decide who gets hired for jobs, who gets approved for loans, and who gets to receive insurance payments. These AI systems are often black boxes. We don't know how they arrive at their decisions. We don't know what data they're using to make those decisions. And we don't know if those decisions are fair or if they're biased. This can be a big problem when it comes to making important decisions that have real-world consequences. As it stands, there is a very high chance of making decisions based on faulty information or biased algorithms, and that can have serious consequences for the lives and livelihoods of those concerned. Also, as AI technology advances, it raises a lot of questions about the legal aspects surrounding it. For context, who is responsible when an AI system makes a mistake? Do we hold the company accountable or treat it like a human error? And as AI systems become more self-learning and autonomous, who is responsible then? Can a company still be held accountable for an algorithm that has learned by itself and made its own decisions? Additionally, we need to consider the error margin of AI machines. While we may accept some level of error, there can be fatal consequences if the machine makes a mistake. As we rely more and more on AI, we must ask ourselves whether the benefits outweigh the risks. Another cogent question to ask is, what is the extent of the mandate we give our smart virtual assistants? What are and aren't they allowed to decide for us? Think about it. Do we stretch the autonomy of smart systems even further, or should we stay in control of this at any cost? What do and don't we allow smart systems to determine and implement without human intervention? And this is where things get a little scary. You see, there's a risk that we transfer too much autonomy to AI without the technology and preconditions being fully developed. In other words, we may give AI too much power too soon. This could result in a world we no longer understand. But what's possibly the most imminent danger of AI in the world right now is the fact that the most powerful AI systems are owned by a small group of companies. These companies have the resources to develop and enhance AI to the degree that other businesses can't match. This means they have a significant advantage over their competitors, which will only grow as AI becomes more widespread. The more advanced AI becomes, the more we'll come to rely on it. And as we become more dependent on AI, these companies will have more control over our lives. This could lead to a situation where we're effectively enslaved by AI with no way to escape its influence. And with AI systems capable of making mistakes just like humans, the situation becomes even more complex. This is because the consequences of an AI mistake could be far more severe than those of a human mistake. Imagine an AI system that controls the safety features of a nuclear power plant, for example. If that system were to malfunction, it could cause a catastrophic disaster. AI has the potential to be incredibly dangerous if we don't handle it with care. We need to be aware of the risks and take steps to mitigate them. Ensuring that AI is used for the benefit of humanity as a whole, is only ethically deployed, and is never subject to control by only a select few. What would you say is the greatest danger AI poses to our world as we know it? Let us know your opinion in the comments below.